I was pregnant with my second baby and had high blood pressure, some preeclampsia. I was then admitted and I ended up with HELLP syndrome, so I had some liver failure, some really high blood pressures, and they had to do a C-section to deliver my baby at 32 weeks. And I couldn't make enough breast milk to feed him. And I knew the only thing that could help protect him would be human milk, and I couldn't make that milk.
It is an unfortunate fact that there are more than 500,000 preterm births in the US every year. These infants are at risk of infection, gut injury, transfusions, and poor long-term growth.
Having lived and worked in NICUs this many years, I've seen babies who get intestinal infections and who are born early and how it affects them.
We have a protocol where babies that are 29 weeks and or less than 1,500 grams receive only breast milk, whether that be mother's breast milk, and if not available, then we use donor milk.
But when we had 4 babies and they had the whole NICU experience, we learned how very important breast milk in general is.
Breast milk is wonderful in that there are many ingredients to it that you do not find in formula. These substances provide immunity to the preterm infant by coating their gut and preventing bacterial and viral infections. Formula, unfortunately, cannot provide this source of protection.
It is vital that our babies get the best nutrition they can to overcome some of the challenges that they face being a premature baby. And the best one is human milk.
They were 27 weeks. They were all less than 2 pounds. My smallest little one, she was a pound and a half when she was born, so they were all very itty bitty and fighting for their life.
We only have 15 donor milk banks in the United States. What that has meant for all the hospitals in Florida is that we had to import our milk from another facility in another state.
I'm waiting for that box of shipment of milk to come, and we'll make many phone calls, and it may not always be that they know when they're going to be able to send it to us or when it's going to be available. So we often work in this environment of unknown of, are we going to get that shipment?
We have a high premature rate in Florida, so I was thinking, why don't we have a milk bank in Florida?
We had an opportunity to see the difference human milk made in our preemie babies. And it really touched our hearts, and it made such a difference that it was a no-brainer. We had to open a bank for our state.
Having a local donor milk bank will ensure that there is adequate supply of donor milk bank to supply the most vulnerable infants in the neonatal intensive care units of these hospitals.
When we announced that we were opening a milk bank, many hospitals around the state said, we want to be a depot. And when they're a depot, it's letting their area know that they need the milk, we need the milk. And moms go, oh, I have a freezer full of milk.
The ability to benefit everyone in our community, not only the babies, but those parents, to make them be able to take home a healthier baby, to help these children when they enter school, from being able to provide them with a more healthy environment. I think that is really what the goal of medicine is. It's not just about treatment, it's about lifestyle.
The Mother's Milk Bank of Florida is a movement, it's a mission to empower the most vulnerable members of our society by providing them with human milk at birth.
So very few states have a bank. And our goal is to supply all of the babies in Florida that need human milk.
Donor milk is like donor blood. All mothers who donate milk undergo a stringent screening process wherein a lot of diseases are tested for. Ultimately, the donor milk that we are giving to the most vulnerable infants are very safe.
Because there are moms who are blessed with large milk supplies that their baby may not use, that may go to waste, and they can use that milk to help other moms.
I was very excited that I could help out all of those babies, especially like the preemies, how some of them are born sick, and how all of this helps them out. For the donation, it's very easy. I sit down, I pump. Once I'm done, I put it in the bags, and they actually supply the bags for me. So there is no cost to the mom, it's just the time sitting and pumping and freezing, which is really not that difficult either, especially if you're already doing it.
Thank you. I couldn't feed my baby. And I'm okay with formula as a general choice, but in the NICU where these guts are so fragile, it's the only thing that protects them, and they fed my baby when I couldn't feed him. So just thank you. Thank you for donating your milk, and thank you for taking the time to pump your milk.
We've been highly blessed, and it's a large part and result to the donor breast milk, so I would just like to encourage everybody out there to help any way that you can.
It's impossible to do this alone. There's a lot of work to do starting a milk bank. There's many angles, many things to think about, and I couldn't do it by myself. So the board, the volunteers we have here at the milk bank, I just want to thank them for helping us get it started. They are doing it for the same reasons. They know how important it is for little babies.
It's amazing to meet how many people there are in this world that really will do something for no compensation whatsoever, other than the warmth and the feeling they get in their heart knowing that they've spent time to help another baby.